All right, guys, this will be the manager profiles video. We'll take a look at all members of the league, more of a get to know them as opposed to a power rank, though I did use some stats from Alex's article from last season, as well as I'm going to go in the order that Alex ranked everyone. All right, so first up is Jack Kerr. Jack is living in Columbus, and he attended Ohio State University. This is Jack's 10th season in the league, and he has 3 championship rings, as well as 6 playoff appearances. Jack is most known for his managerial skills. I get some heat for glazing him, but the dude just makes the right moves, whether it's waivers, trades, start sits. The dude knows fantasy. All right, next up will be myself. I'm currently living in Dallas, Texas, and I graduated from Rose-Hulman. This will be my 10th season in the league as well. I have 2 championship rings to go along with 5 playoff appearances. And I would say something that you will identify on all of my teams is I always have receiving backs, whether it's like Jahmyr Gibbs or probably think back to Austin Eckler. Running backs like that is how I like to make up my teams. Next up is Cal Ragay. Cal's currently living in Columbus, and he graduated from Ohio State. This is his 10th season in the league as well. He does not have a championship ring, but he has 6 playoff appearances. I don't really think Cal has like a true identity. He adapts really well to fantasy year to year. Something that I think is true, but I don't actually know because I'm not going to go back and look at every one of his teams, but it feels like Cal always has Lamar Jackson. But something you will get to know from Cal, as his team name is MAGA Kitchens, is Cal's a Republican. All right. Next up is the commissioner of the league, Jack Klessel. Jack is living in Beaumont, I believe, but he's working in Southeast Texas. I believe the city's Beaumont. And he attended Ohio State University. Jack has 1 championship ring as well as 6 playoff appearances. And when I think of Jack's teams generally have strong running backs, whether it's 3 running backs that finish in the top 20 or just 2 absolute dogs. His teams are generally built around strong running backs, which is why he has sustained success in the league. All right, next up is Joe Brown. Joe Brown is currently living in Cleveland, and he graduated from Miami of Ohio. This is Joe's 10th season in the league as well. Joe does not have a ring, though he's made the playoffs almost every season with 8 playoff appearances. Something with Joe's an Eagles fan, and it seems like Joe always has one of Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, or Devontae Smith. Feels like every year he has one of those guys. And then something else about Joe is Joe's constantly working the trade market. I feel like I'm pretty active in trades as well, but I feel like I'm constantly talking to Joe during the fantasy season. Whether it's trying to trade with him or just talking about what's available with other teams, Joe's very active in the trade market. Next up is Tim Rentz. Tim is currently living in Cleveland, Ohio, and he also graduated from Miami of Ohio, just like Joe did. This is Tim's 10th season in the league as well. Tim has a championship ring to go along with 6 playoff appearances. Tim is known for being goated or woaded. When the league first came out, I believe Tim won the first year. He had a good run there, and then he got 3 last place finishes in a row. But recently he's picked it back up and has moved back up towards the top of the finishing spots. All right, next up is Alex Needham. Alex is currently living in Cleveland, and he graduated from Fredonia State. This is Alex's 9th season in the league. He doesn't have a championship ring, but he has 6 playoff appearances, and something that is quite remarkable, honestly, is Alex finishes between 4th and 6th almost every single year. Next up is Grayson Eliadarani. Grayson's living in Cleveland, but he's going back to school at Rice next year. He's a year younger than us, so he still has 1 more year of school. This is his 3rd season in the league, and he actually won the league last year. And that was also his only playoff appearance. But 1 for 2 is pretty good. I would say he doesn't have a huge identity yet. We haven't played too many seasons with Grayson, though we've known Grayson our entire lives. But I would say something that I did pick up from his team last year is he drafts league winners. Last year he drafted Trey McBride, Devon Achane, and Jaden Daniels. So there's some great picks for last season. And then next up is Colt Rujewicz. Colt is currently living in Chicago and graduated from Ohio State. This is Colt's 7th season in the league. I thought Colt had been in the league longer, but Alex's article said that he had completed 6 seasons after last season. So this will be his 7th. Colt does not have a championship ring, and he does not have many playoff appearances with only 2. Colt is known for his analytical fantasy football play and zero running back strategy, though that's pretty recently new. But funny story about Colt real quick. This is easily the most infamous trade in the league. Colt traded rookie Jonathan Taylor right before the playoffs for the Ravens defense. And it got a ton of heat because Jonathan Taylor was cooking at that time. But it got a ton of heat because it was analytics based. The Ravens defense was the #1 fantasy defense at that time, and it would improve his per game average by like 2 points or something. But he was trading away like I don't know what Jonathan Taylor was scoring, but he was trading away like an RB1 for a defense. But it actually finished out working the way he wanted it to, with adding to his average point score. But just crazy trade. And the 10th member of the league is Sam Klessel. Sam is Jack's younger brother, and he's currently living in Cleveland, but he's a few years younger than us, so he still is in college. He goes to Ohio University. Sam has a championship ring in his only playoff appearance, and something that Sam is known for, not just in fantasy football, but he's a bit of a menace. This dude talks crazy trash. I guess that's kind of what you have to do to survive being the youngest of 3 brothers. But that'll be it for this video. The draft just got scheduled, as you guys know, for August 31st, 1 o'clock Eastern. So hopefully I'll get to talk to some of you guys during that. Maybe we could hop on a call or something. But yeah, I'm excited for this fantasy season. I'm hoping to come out with a draft strategies video early next week, hopefully. But yep, thank you guys.